Tonight, a day of uncertainty and unease. We're recapping Wisconsin's primary after voters were forced to hit the polls amidst health concerns.
And from outdoor gear to making hospital gowns, how an Ely business is making that switch to help healthcare workers during the COVID-19 outbreak.
And later, why scientists in Duluth need your help monitoring the area's waterways.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The dust has settled in Wisconsin for now, despite a confusing road to Election Day.
That confusion started on Monday when Governor Tony Evers signed an executive order to postpone the state's presidential primary. That decision was then overturned by the conservative-controlled Supreme Court, sending voters to the polls today.
Some voters we spoke to in Superior said they have high-risk family members, so when Governor Evers had proposed postponing the primary until June, it made them feel more at ease. But with the primaries not being moved, they felt they had to make a tough choice between coming out to vote or staying home, which they felt was not very fair, especially when other states have made the choice to postpone their primaries.
I have a high-risk child, so I haven't left my house, and I hated being in the position between deciding, do I vote or do I keep my child safe? I kind of felt like I had to make that decision. And
the majority of voters we saw today were wearing gloves and masks, along with those working at the polling locations and the curbside voting options.
We've heard from people who were at the polls today, but some people never got a ballot at all. Tonight, we're hearing from 2 Wisconsin residents who never received an absentee ballot. And one thing they have in common, voting in person was either physically impossible or a health risk they couldn't afford.
My husband and I have voted for every election we can ever remember, and it's extremely troubling that we aren't able to vote for this one.
Andrea and Paul Fenner are in North Carolina with their daughter.
My husband Paul and I have been residents of Wisconsin all our lives.
They had planned to spend a week there with family over spring break. Now they aren't leaving.
So we're all at risk, so we're not going to take any chances coming back to Wisconsin until it's safe.
They requested an absentee ballot more than a week ago. When the mail arrived in North Carolina today, the last day for their vote to count, the ballot still wasn't there.
It's a sad day for Wisconsin.
Andrea's daughter, who got her own ballot, said she'd made sure they'd all requested it correctly with the North Carolina address. When 7 Investigates checked Andrea's ballot request online, the website said it was mailed on March 30th.
A lot of people are upset.
Tuesday morning, the WEC website showed out of over 1 million ballots requested, about 10,000 hadn't been sent at all. Reed Magny with the WEC cautioned that all of the numbers were probably larger than shown because municipal clerks have been too busy to keep data updated. Meanwhile, some people say they were never able to request one in the first place.
I went on there numerous times. Most times it wouldn't even load.
Wendy Godis in the greater Wausau area is self-quarantining with her husband.
He had a kidney transplant, so his white blood count is practically non-existent, so he can't take the chance of going near anybody that's a possibility.
A regular spring voter, she says she tried over a dozen times in a 2-week time period to get the MyVote website to load or stop freezing. But despite having good internet, she never got it to work.
We can't take the chance of walking in by any people. We just won't be voting.
And just a reminder, we will not have any results from this election tonight. In fact, they won't be available until next week on Monday. There will not be any preliminary results before then, including for statewide races and city races.
This isn't the only election folks in Northwest Wisconsin will participate in this spring. One of the candidates hoping to fill an open congressional seat in the state says their race should be moved to an all mail-in ballots. Tricia Zunker and Tom Tiffany are the 2 candidates running in the special election for Wisconsin's 7th congressional district. Their face-off is still scheduled to happen May 12th to replace former Congressman Sean Duffy. While Tiffany did not return our requests for an interview, Zunker shared her thoughts with us, saying people should not have to risk their lives to practice their rights.
I don't support pushing it back, but I do think that the priority has to be the health and safety of Wisconsinites. I think that we should move this election to an all-mail voting system, all-mail ballots. That way we don't risk the health and safety of Wisconsinites.
As of now, that election is still expected to happen on May 12th.
All right, now let's check in with Dave Anderson, who will be doing the weather from home for a few weeks at least as we continue to practice social distancing guidelines here at CBS3. Hey there, Dave. How you doing?
Hiya, Kristen. I see Anthony's back on the night shift. That must be a sign that normalcy's returning ever so slowly. Well, spring returned ever so slowly today with a brief bit of sunshine in the afternoon and temperatures then that shot into the 60s, at least away from the lake. Now that the sun is set, well, here on the deck, it's dark. Go figure. And it's starting to cool a little bit. Some towns may dip into the 20s. Others may get into the lower 30s. And that just might egg on a slight chance for a couple of snow showers north of Duluth. So the low pressure that brought the rain this morning isn't quite out of the picture yet. Still a chance for a couple flurries mixed with showers north of Duluth from the Iron Ranges up towards the Canadian border. Our day planner for tomorrow shows, though, that much of the rest of the region will get at least partial sunshine as a weak high tries to wedge in between a departing low and an approaching low. And so bottom line is then, unless you're on the Iron Range or near the Canadian border, you should have partial sunshine and a low temp 34 or so in the morning, rising up to 47 in the afternoon, which of course isn't as warm as today, but it's not so bad at all. Most of us, like I mentioned, get a partly sunny sky. Again, north of Duluth, there's a chance for a little bit of precip, and that trend may continue. Well, perhaps through Thursday with a little sun here, a couple of sprinkles there. Friday's the day I'm expecting sunshine for everybody. Will temperatures respond in kind, or are they going to be slipping down as the Easter weekend unfolds? I'll unfold that 7-day forecast to you and show you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thanks, Dave. New at 10, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says he's preparing to extend his stay-at-home order. The current order expires on Friday. Walz says today he's considering extending it until the end of the month. Bars and restaurants are already closed until May 1st. The governor will announce his decision about the order in the next day or two.
Frontline workers in Minnesota will soon be covered if they catch coronavirus on the job. The state legislature passed a bill providing workers' comp to essential employees. The House and Senate passed it today, which sent it to the governor's office. The bill is a compromise between the House, Senate, labor, and business groups. Lawmakers say it's an effort to ensure the people caring for the sick and working on the front lines are cared for themselves.
President Donald Trump has granted Minnesota and Wisconsin's requests for federal disaster assistance due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A news release from FEMA says the declaration retroactively began on January 20th and will continue until another announcement is made. Federal funding will now be made available to state, tribal, and certain eligible local governments and private nonprofits for emergency protective measures for all areas of the state impacted by COVID-19.
Let's take a quick look now at the cases in our region. Michigan has nearly 19,000 cases with more than 800 deaths. Minnesota has more than 1,000 cases with 34 deaths, and Wisconsin has more than 2,500 cases with 92 deaths. Worldwide, there are almost 1.5 million cases with more than 300,000 recoveries.
An Ely company is the latest to change its production during this deadly pandemic. Instead of crafting popular outdoor gear, Wintergreen Northern Wear is sewing masks and gowns for nurses and doctors in northern Minnesota. CBS 3's Jesse Slater spoke with the owner, who explains more.
At Wintergreen Northern Wear in Ely, employees are putting their crafting skills to the test.
All of our staff, for instance, started out volunteering by sewing masks, and now we are paying them to sew the gowns.
A handful of workers are trading in their typical Northwoods outerwear patterns and instead creating personal protective equipment for Northland hospitals.
Started out by making 100 gowns for Grand Beret, and we're making 200 gowns for the Ely Hospital.
The business is pumping out 2 different gown patterns, one made from heavy plastic ripstop, the other from suplex with durable water repellency.
We'll be making gowns for more hospitals. We're continuing to look at other fabrics that might work.
These gowns currently rank around a level 2, meaning they are meant for more low-risk procedures.
I'd like to make more of a level 3 gown if we could.
But these sewers hope to get feedback from medical professionals on which fabrics would be the most efficient while on the front lines of the COVID-19 outbreak.
If we could find the right fabrics, we'd be, we could do about anything then.
The company asking for material donations at a time where PPE is in such high demand.
Probably giving away about 350 masks, and now this week we're cutting 800 masks, and next week we'll be cutting about 2,400 masks. Currently, we have requests for over 2,000 masks.
For the owner, Sue Shirkey, she says helping those who need it most was never a decision to be made. She knew what had to be done.
A wonderful feeling to know that maybe we can help those people that are in the healthcare system that are going to work every day, dealing with it straight on.
Shirkey says the business would really like to produce PPE for the long term for the Northland supply chain. She says they have the team, the tools, and the talent to make it happen. They just need the materials. For more information, head on over to our website.
An Ashland manufacturing company is switching gears during the coronavirus pandemic. Normally, CG Breading Manufacturing makes machines that make paper products, but now they're using their 3D printers to make face shields for Ashland's Memorial Medical Center. They're also making plexiglass barriers. Medical staff can put their hands through them to safely examine patients. So far, CG Manufacturing has made 200 products for the hospital.
We had an employee, Randy DeMars, come forward with a YouTube that said, hey, we could make face shields on our 3D printers, which basically prints plastic is what it does. And we said, well, we'll contact the hospital and see if we can help them out.
The company plans to deliver these products to local nursing homes and other medical facilities soon. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, how you can safely get some fresh air and help scientists track local water levels. And Dave will have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10. With Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Take control of your time by signing up for Minnesota Power's My Account to get instant access, free online payments, track energy use, and more. Tap, pay, done. Register today at mnpower.com. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
Do you have trouble falling asleep or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own. Take advantage of my famous offer and get 2 MyPillow premiums for one low price. Call or go to MyPillow.com. Be sure to use the promo code and I'll give you free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. MinersMortgage.com.
Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the biggest sale of the year. It's time for the Toro Spring Sales Event. It's time to head to your local Toro dealer, where you can save up to $750 on select Toro Z-Masters, up to $600 on select Toro Time Cutters, and up to $500 on select Toro Grandstands and Titan HDs, plus special financing offers on brand new Toro equipment. Toro, count on it. For more info on great deals and financing offers, visit your local Toro dealer.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS 3 Duluth.
Minnesota Power's mobile app puts the power at your fingertips and lets you take My Account with you wherever you go. Pay your bill, make account changes, track your energy use, and get power outage information anytime, anywhere. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Well, today certainly was a changeable day. We had beautiful conditions in the afternoon, but the morning started a little rough for some towns. A couple of thunderstorms, especially in northwestern Wisconsin, and it rained cats and or dogs for some towns earlier this morning. Of course, this is my deck. I'm socially distancing myself, or I'm ordered to, bottom line. But on my deck, of course, I've got a scientific rain gauge. So how much rain did we get here today? First time feasted upon by human eyes. Looks like 1/10 of an inch. Oh, actually, 1/1500ths of an inch fell here, at least in the woodland neighborhood of Duluth. We get it ready for the next time here. All right, any more rain coming our way? There's a slight chance for some showers tonight and some flurries for some towns north of Duluth. And so let's get into the current conditions and start our journey towards the 7-day forecast. And right now, current conditions do show that at the airport in Duluth, that temperature is 47 degrees. Westerly, northwesterly winds running 8 miles per hour. And our air pressure, it's not really high, not really low, because we have one low leaving, another one approaching, and a small high trying to wedge in between and upset the apple cart here. And so the combination of the three will bring a splitting of the differences here over the next couple of days. Not really full-blown sunshine, but not really rainy weather either. So some folks will get a couple showers and flurries, others will get at least partial sunshine, and we'll show you who's who coming up in just a little bit. Right now, here's what folks are getting. We're getting temperatures in the 40s for some towns, already dipping into the 30s for others, some places holding on to the 50s like Hayward, but that shall not last forever. I think the range of low temps by tomorrow morning is going to run from the upper 20s near the Canadian border to maybe the lower 30s into the heart of northwestern Wisconsin. Taking a look now at what's happening with the Doppler map in our region. Yeah, one low pressure system is leaving, but its tail end is still dragging through the northern parts of Minnesota. So there's still a couple of rain showers out there, and after things cool down in the next couple hours, could convert over to a couple of flurries. Just decorative stuff, though, nothing that's probably going to stick. And that'll continue here tonight as long as that low pressure system is within the vicinity, and indeed I think it is. The chance for the flurries up north is only about 20 to 30%, and by tomorrow morning, well, it'll shift over to a rain shower chance up north as temperatures do start to warm up again. They won't be as warm as today, but they won't be too bad at all. Let's take a look at what is coming our way then for tomorrow. There's that high pressure cell coming in from the north that's going to jam itself in between the two lows, the one that's leaving and the one that's approaching our region from the west. So again, tomorrow, most of us get a partly sunny sky. Up north, maybe a couple of rain showers. Then that low to the west brings everybody a 20% chance for showers on Thursday. But once it goes, that high's bigger brother comes in to bring us at least one day of sunshine. Friday should be a gorgeous day. The weekend may be a bit indifferent, though, as a new low pressure system returns. Let's start talking now about the forecast here for the week ahead. We begin with the one tonight in Minnesota, which is going to show us that the low temps will run from the upper 20s up around the Ely region to 36 by the lake. And getting into Wisconsin and Michigan, the temperatures there will be just a little bit warmer than they are in Minnesota, like they always are. It should be partly cloudy sky in that part of the country. Tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, the daytime high temperatures are likely going to run the range of the 40s for the most part here. So maybe 50 towards Ironwood. I'm thinking of maybe 52 down around Hayward. Otherwise 48, 49 degrees. Let's now move into Minnesota here and talk quickly about what's going to be happening for temperatures there. We're going to be looking for temps to be just a little bit cooler than the 50-degree mark, with partly sunny sky for most towns and a chance for showers up north. And now a very quick look at the 7-day forecast is going to show that temperatures today were the warmest they'll be for the week ahead. We start to slowly descend as the rest of the week comes across, and by Easter Sunday, we're going to be dipping back down into the 30s for a couple of days.
It certainly was nice out there today, but hey, 40s all throughout most of that 7-day doesn't look too bad either. Thanks, Dave. Scientists are asking for your help to monitor and collect important data here in the stream-rich Twin Ports. CBS3's Ryan Campo has more on how you can get involved.
While Northland residents are getting fresh air during this stay-at-home order, scientists are asking for your help to monitor this year's spring water flow on your next walk or hike.
So when you go to a stream, you're going to see a phone number, and through that phone number, you just send a text message, and then all of that data is sent to a national database that's recorded and available online.
The research project started as a science crowdsourcing application 5 years ago. Now nature lovers on a walk can simply text the latest levels they see on the gauge to the database.
You don't have to sign up for a certain spot, and you don't have to go at the same time, at the same day of the week. It's really about as much data as we can possibly get. So we're happy if you're walking by the same site multiple times in a day, send in data every time.
The gauges look like giant rulers in the water, usually spotted near a path or bridge. There are currently 17 water depth gauges in 8 different streams feeding into Lake Superior. Most are in the Duluth area, with one in Superior.
The common individual or person out has a lot of great opportunities to connect with nature. So kind of being able to combine Duluth's general love of nature with our research data collection is really the opportunity that a project like this provides.
Still to come, how the new norm of isolation could be taking its toll on people on the road to recovery.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Real encounters with God are life-changing. Join us Sundays at 11:30 for The Message of Good Hope and learn how you can reach your highest potential through a relationship with Christ. Only on the Duluth CW.
Vaping has been declared a national epidemic among youth. 1 in 3 high schoolers vape in northeastern Minnesota.
My child started having seizures from vaping. There's still so many unknown chemicals.
One vape cartridge has as much nicotine as at least 2 packs of cigarettes.
My child was hospitalized with severe lung injuries.
They said it was no big deal.
My child said it was no risk.
That it was under control.
That's what my child said. But what could I have said? Get the facts and talk to your child today.
DBS, your all things basement-y company. Does your home have uneven or sloping floors? How about cracked drywall, stair-stepping cracks, or bowed basement walls? You may have a problem with your foundation. Call the specialists at DBS. They thoroughly inspect your property and provide a permanent solution to your foundation problem. We offer a fully transferable warranty, unmatched in our area. Contact DBS, your all things basement-y company, for a free, no-obligation estimate. Call or visit us online. DBS, helping your family have a healthy, safe, and comfortable home.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Tony's start in the industry was in reporting and storytelling. And so to have those skills each night really adds value.
They're saying a Duluthian would need to work 90 hours to afford rent.
He went right from a reporter where he was covering everything in the Northland, and he went right to the desk. He really does know what he's talking about.
Get to know Anthony Matt weekday nights on CBS3.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over-the-air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Experts say Duluth is seeing the impacts of social distancing and isolation during the pandemic, specifically bringing some people struggling with addiction to relapse. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke with a local addiction expert who says there are ways to help them and yourself if you are one of those who are struggling.
The things that we see in all of the...
Executive Director of Recovery Alliance Duluth, Beth Elstad, has seen firsthand how hard people recovering from an addiction are struggling during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Anywhere between 30 to 50 calls a day is what we're handling.
Elstad says she's even had to bring people to detox.
If detox was not operating right now, I don't know what our community would do.
She says social distancing and isolation are factors of why people are struggling.
For some folks, they need that component, that human interaction, not with a screen, but a human interaction to support their recovery.
She knows firsthand how hard this can be.
So I'm in recovery of alcoholism for over 23 years.
Which is why she's happy she's a part of the solution at a time like this.
We operate through Zoom, telephone, text, social media, whatever we can do, we're doing.
Though being confined at home isn't the best way to get support,
home is not always a safe place for people or a supportive recovery environment. Some people are making it in their recovery in an environment that's not so supportive.
Elstad says keeping your mind busy is key if you are in that situation.
Some folks I know are knitting and crocheting and picking up the arts and painting
and even a little push can go a long way.
I understand that it's hard for some people to take that first step, but if you're able to take that one step, you're not going to take any more alone.
Callie Hinseth is in next with sports. Stay tuned.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association and Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
Play It Again Sports carries the largest selection of both new and quality used ice hockey equipment, skates, sticks, and goalie gear you need to play the game. With lacrosse being the fastest growing sport in the Northland, trust their knowledgeable staff to outfit you with the right equipment at the right price. Play It Again Sports, Duluth and Superior.
Your work is your name. You live by it. At Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment, we take our name, our work, just as seriously. John Deere excavators, skid steers, and loaders have the compact agility and big-time ability you need to finish the job. Comfortable, affordable, and backed by a 2-year, 2,000-hour full machine warranty. Standard. In-person service calls and parts delivery keep you work ready. Our techs are highly trained and incredibly knowledgeable. Northland Lawn Sport and Equipment. We make sure the work lives up to your name.
Here are some quick tips for a safer shopping experience. Though reusable bags are great for the environment, they can be a carrier for bacteria. Before shopping, please wash all bags. Try to keep 6 feet or 2 shopping carts of distance between you and other shoppers. Plan ahead so your trip can be quick and efficient. Though cash is accepted at most businesses, cash can transfer bacteria. When possible, try to use cards to lessen the risk of spreading illness. With your help, we can keep our neighbors healthy and workers safe.
Each spring, thousands of wildfires are caused by burning debris. To ensure everyone's health and safety during the COVID-19 public health emergency, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is suspending all burning permits until further notice. Burning debris in DNR protection areas is prohibited. Help keep our emergency responders able to help those who need it most. Thank you for your patience. For updated information, visit dnr.wi.gov and search fire.
The coronavirus story continues to change, both around the world and here at home. We know you have questions and concerns. At Live Local CBS3, our focus is to keep you informed and up to date on the evolving COVID-19 virus story. We'll continue to talk to healthcare professionals to get the information you need to know. Focused on bringing you facts, not fear. That's our promise. We're Live Local CBS3. Local for a reason.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
Welcome back into sports. If you spent any time in Duluth, Minnesota, you would know that the Hermantown Hockey community has a very rich history of guys succeeding at their respective levels, at the college level and especially at the pro level. And another Hermantown native is heading to the pros. UMD defenseman Dylan Sandberg has officially signed with the Winnipeg Jets, opting to forego his final year of eligibility as a University of Men's Hockey University of Duluth men's hockey player. The Jets announced they're signing the 21-year-old to a 3-year entry-level contract with an average annual value of over $1 million. Sandberg's 3-year deal will begin next season. He joins fellow Hermantown native Neil Pionk up there in Winnipeg. Sandberg recorded his career best season as a Bulldog this past year, collecting 21 points with 20 assists, the second highest on the team. And as a Bulldog, Sandberg has taken shifts in 109 games with 53 career points to show for it. He is now the 22nd UMD men's hockey player to depart early from Duluth to join the pros this year. He joins juniors Justin Richards and Scott Perunovich. And like I said, Sandberg joins a fellow Hermantown native in Neil Pionk up there in Winnipeg, who signed last year after he was traded from the Rangers. And I had the chance to chat with Pionk earlier today, who was bursting with pride at the rich hockey history in Hermantown.
When I was growing up, I think I was in high school when Drew LeBlanc made his NHL debut. So I kind of looked up to him, and then guys also came through the college ranks, guys like Adam Krause, who I looked up to when he was playing high school hockey, and then, maybe the same chain effect will keep happening. Hopefully Dylan and I are on the Jets together next year, and then, maybe somebody in Bantams or high school is looking at us saying, hey, I want to be the next one.
The award winners for the Spencer Penrose Coach of the Year were announced today. Unfortunately, they do not include UMD head coach Scott Sandelin, North Dakota head coach Brad Berry, and Cornell head coach Mike Schaefer were chosen as co-winners of the award. It's just the second time in the award's history that there's been a tie since 1966. In some Division II football news, UMD offensive line coach Garth Heikkinen has made the Division II football all-decade team, while Heikkinen now serves as the UMD offensive line coach. From 2009 to 2012, Heikkinen was a vital part of helping the Dogs to a 47-7 overall record in his 4 years. He was also part of the 2010 National Championship run. And to Major League Baseball, the MLB season is still up in the air due to the coronavirus pandemic, but Major League Baseball executives are starting to consider how they can salvage this season. One plan being considered is putting all 30 teams in the Phoenix, Arizona area and playing games without fans. This is still up to the Baseball Players Association to survey its members and whether or not they are in support of it. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Choose to make a healthy difference in people's lives and join our team. Visit EssentiaCareers.org.
Years fly by. Your retirement date keeps getting closer. Rather than spending another year worrying about retirement, get a second opinion on your financial strategy. Let us answer your questions and show you how tax reduction strategies can benefit your retirement. Go to MPPLFinancial.com to download our free tax reduction checklist. Then call MPPL Financial this week for a complimentary second opinion consultation. A second opinion could be your best 2020 financial investment.
It's spring season, but at Oak Lake RV, it's ultralight camper season. Take time to escape to the outdoors today and browse our easy-to-pull campers. From Rockwood Geos to Coachman campers, we have a variety of campers in stock, including all sizes, with low payments starting under $150 a month. Celebrate ultralight camper season. Visit oaklakeRV.com for more details. Oak Lake RV in Moose Lake, family-owned and operated since 1930.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
All right, some good news. Tony loves this one. It's National Beer Day, and it's also a day of rest, no housework day.
That sounds like a great day for me.
All right, have a great night.
We'll see you tomorrow.